Okay, I have a scary story I want to tell you. Do you want to hear it? Are you ready? Well, let me tell you a scary story that happened to me when I was 20 years old. Inspired by the Queen Baileysarian and the god Robert Welsh. When I was 20 years old, I made my living singing in a band and knew a lot of eccentric people. So we had gone over to a fellow musician's house. And she said to me, do you want to see a ghost? And I was like, sure, I love ghosts. Because I liked paranormal, I liked all that. My mom and my grandma had all had things happen, and so had I, but I'd never seen an apparition until then. As we're walking over to her, to where she was taking me, she told me that right across the street from her house was a office building. That's it. And on the second floor, she could see for the past month a man watching her night after night. She could see his cigarette in the window. So she had walked over there, and it was a ghost. So I was like, yeah, let's go. Show me the ghost. I don't know why I would say that, because ghosts, that shit's scary. So anyway, we walk over to the office building. It was just like right across the street, looking into her house, right across the street, like 500 feet away. And as we're walking up to the building, I can see this big window. And in the window, as I look up, I see a pair of legs. Now, as I look up further, I see like an old-fashioned suit and a chin, and a man just standing stiff like a board. That's just that I remember, just looked like he wasn't moving. But his eyes, they were like covered but gray lights. That's the only way to describe it. It was just like, I went into shock. It was shocking. So we kind of just froze and stood there looking at it, and it was right there, like he could see us. And he wasn't looking at us, he was just looking straight ahead. But he was there, you could see him. I let out a little yelp, and we ran back to her house, and I said, time to go, everybody. And we all went home. I lived in a band house. We went back to our house in downtown, little flat. And I was scared to death because I didn't want to bring that down. I didn't want to bring it home with me. So I just tried not to think about it. Now the story takes on a terrible twist because 2 days later, her baby died from crib death. And do you know that watcher, that's what I call it, was gone. Never to be seen again. After that, I kind of closed all the doors to my ghostly adventures, because I've had a few, but that one scared me the most, because he was as clear as day, and I will never forget it. But I don't want to see it anymore, because that shit's scary. Yeah, and so that's my ghost story, and I have a few more. This makeup didn't quite turn out how I wanted it to, but it's still pretty. Like the Queen says, whoever goes against the Queen shall die. No, the other Queen. It's just makeup. It washes off. So that's my ghost story. and I have a few, so I'll tell more, but that's the scariest one, because it was clear as day. Well, with some better lighting, it did turn out quite pretty, didn't it? Sweet dreams.